meeting here. First thing I'm going to do is start recording. And then first thing we need to talk about as far as math is concerned, number one, yes, I know I got a lot of grades to put in. So if you're going to ask, yes, I still need to do some grading for you. So that will be happening. Okay. So here's the idea or the plan for the next couple of weeks. All right. Just so that you know. So this week and into next week, we're going to try to finish up all of chapter 9. And then on the last week, if you can believe that, there's this week, there's next week, and then there's just one more week. Okay, guys? So on that last week, my plan is to make sure I send out to all of you anything that you haven't got turned into me, and then you will be responsible for just finishing up any of those things or getting things corrected as you want to. Okay? So that's the plan. So we're going to get through this week, finish up chapter 9 next week, probably have a chapter 9 test next week, and then we'll be basically done. Are you doing a trick for me? Okay. I thought you were going to put it back together whole. Ta-da, there it is. No? Okay, you're just ripping it up more. All right. Okay, so that's kind of the plan. My next question is this. Did anybody need me to go over anything from yesterday's assignment 1 through 8? Any of those problems? Oh, wait, Isabel's coming.
Oh, Isabel's getting you in.
Hold on, we'll see if we can get her on. Isabel! Howdy. Good morning. Looks like you're having something to eat there.
She's popcorn for breakfast.
Yeah, brunch really, because it's 11 o'clock. It's kind of that in-between time, right? If you want to, you can type in your responses through the chat. That's more than welcome. Like I was telling the rest of these people, Isabel, I just wanted to know if you had any questions about the 8 problems that we had to do yesterday for the discount markup. I pretty much walked through every one of them for you so that you could do them, right?
Stuff for me has not been working like this whole week. It's just like been glitching and like I can't get onto things. Like my Schoology, I'm like late on a lot of assignments for science because it just doesn't load. So a lot of things have been glitching for me. So
when you do stuff like that, make sure you have all your extraneous things closed. Sometimes you may have too many applications open at once, and that will cause your machine to run slower. Okay, that's my computer tip for the day. Okay, I even have to do that because a lot of my stuff is run slower because I have so many of your guys' windows open from all of your assignments that have to be done. So a lot of mine runs slower too because of that. So that's just an idea or a thought. I don't know if that would help you out. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll try that.
So, but can you play my videos okay? Are those coming through okay for everybody?
I'll try again today.
All right. And I think since I made my videos public, if you need to, you could just probably type in my name, Brent Lindblad, and YouTube, and they would all pop up, every single one of them, I'm pretty sure, that we've done. So, yeah, they're public domain, so everybody can watch Mr. Lindblad being a goofball there. So, okay. Let's go over the problems that we have to do for today. So, hopefully you brought your book with you there. Turn to page 300, 301 in your book, please. Ethan, you got your book with you. Open it to 300, 301. Okay. We're going to walk through each of these and set these up for you guys to do today. Those people that show up for the Zoom meeting, you guys get an advantage. You get to work through all the problems together here, and we can get it done on these days. So not trying to make it tough for you. All right? So this just gives you one less thing that you have to do. Commission and profit is very similar to what we've been doing with the discount and markup, the amount of change kind of stuff. And so it kind of goes hand in hand. Oftentimes, when somebody is like, for instance, if you ended up wanting to be a person who sells cars, you could oftentimes end up getting a commission on the car that you sold. Or if you sold houses, you get a commission also. And so this is kind of practical, real life stuff that could happen. You sell something and then you get a profit of what you sell. That's how you earn your income. That's how you get money, right? So that's called a commission. So the amount of a commission is basically the percent of whatever commission you get times how much the item you sold. Okay, so we take that percent times the amount we sold. So for example, if I got a 5% commission on a house that I sold for $535,000. Okay, so a 5% commission on something that I sold for $535. I change my percent to a decimal, right? Move it 2 places to the left. So that becomes 0.05. And then I multiply that times 5,350 or 535,000. And then on these, like I've been telling you in the video, I'm not opposed to allowing you to use your calculator. So I used my calculator, and when I did that, that says that I get $26,750. Okay, so if I would have sold this house, 26,750 of that money comes to me because of the commission on that house. All right, so that's how that goes. That's a lot. That happens an awful lot on when people sell houses. Of course, you may not sell a house for a month or two, so that's probably the reason why. Okay, so that's the first formula that they have on page 300. Okay, the next one talks about how to figure out how much profit. Okay, and that's pretty easy. You take the income, subtract how much the cost to make the item is, and that gives you how much profit it is. Okay, so if it costs $100,000 to make a car, but I sell the car for $250,000, I subtract 250,000 from 100,000, then it gives me 150,000, and that would be my profit. Okay, and then it gives us one more formula on page 300, and that's the percent of profit, meaning once I find out what the profit is, I can subtract it from the total income. That's kind of like when we were trying to find the amount of change. Okay, so the profit kind of becomes the amount of change in this situation, and then the total income becomes like the original price or the original amount. Okay, and those are basically things that we've done from our previous lessons if you've been following along. So let's go to problem number 1, and Addison, read problem number 1 for us and see if we can figure this out, which formulas to use.
Esther Simpson receives 15% commission on magazine subscriptions. 1 week, her sales totaled $860. What was her commission for the week?
All right, who could tell me which one of those 3 formulas on 300 we're going to use? We got 15%, and the total sales were 860. Ooh. Okay, this is basically the first formula right there, where it says the amount of the commission. So this is a total commission problem. So now, Ethan, type it in or tell me what is 15% as a decimal. Move your decimal to the left twice, please. Yes, there we go. So 15% becomes 0.15 as a decimal. Okay, so then we say, okay, we changed our percent to a decimal. Now we multiply it times the total sales, 860. If you have your calculator with you there, you can put those in there. And I didn't tell you to get a calculator. If you want to run and get one, go ahead. Use a calculator on your phone if you got it right handy. Okay. And we'll just solve this problem here. ESPN's calling me. When someone has that answer, go ahead and type that into the chat. Or take your paper and show it to me. Yes, good. You can take it down, Addison. Yep, that's right. Good job, Atlee. Pretty easy. Just multiply that in, and your answer should have been there. Okay? So, number one. And we need to give it a label of $129. Okay, let's move on to number two, and let's let Isabel read number two for us.
The Greenwood Lumber Company has an income of $7,680 for 1 week. In May, if the company's profit for this period was 15% of its income, what were its costs for the week?
Okay, let's look at that again. So it said the income was $7,680. So the first thing that we got to do is find the amount of income. And that's kind of like the amount of commission. So we're going to take that times, and once again, they use 15%. Remember, we said we changed 15% to 0.15 as a decimal. So everybody do that on your calculator. That's the first part of this. Multiply 7,680 times 15%. Do it now. Yes. Yes. Isabel's wondering about her answer. Yeah, that's right, Ethan. Yes. Now, that's how much profit we got. In order to find out how much cost we had, we take the total income, subtract the profit, and that will give us our costs. Okay? So do that now, and that would be our answer. So 7680 minus 1152 will give us how much cost we had. Hold on, let me check mine. 7680. Oh, your screen went dark. Isabel's right. Atlee, a little off. I don't know if you've got some computer or some calculator input error. Try it again. Your ones digit was off. Remember, we did 1152, not 1156. That looks better. Addison has froze for the second. Okay, she's back a little bit. Maybe. Smiling. Okay, so our answer for number 2 is cost was $6,528. So number 2 is done. All right, number 3. I believe it's Atlee's turn to read.
We put a $sign in front of that, don't we? Or
Yes,
no?
we do. Yes, we
Okay.
do.
Did I read then?
Yeah, number 3.
Margaret DeRosa daycare makes a profit of $222 per week. What are her costs if this profit is 18.5% of her total income?
Okay. So this one's a little tricky, all right? Because we've got a profit and they give us the percent of profit, but we don't know what the total income. If you look at Formula 3, we can see that our profit would be on top here. Our TI or total income's on the bottom. That's what we don't know. And we know our percent is 18.5 over here. Okay? So in order to solve this problem, we need to take 18.5 and switch places with the total income. Okay, whenever we have one of these problems, we change this to a decimal, which is 0.185, and then it changes like that. I could do the math to show you how we get to this. All right, but I won't bore you with that. I just want you to know whenever you have a percent here and you know what your profit is, but you don't know what your income is, you're going to take your profit divided by your percent of profit, changed to a decimal. So let's all do this. 222 divided by 0.185. Because 0.185 is my amount or my percent changed to a decimal. Yes, that's right, Atlee. Hold on to that number. Put it down somewhere. Ethan, if that's for, oh, okay. Was that for the last problem? Okay. This problem, we should be at this point right here. 222 divided by 1.85 should give us $1,200. That gives us the total income. Now, it said they wanted to know what the costs were. So the way we find the costs is we go back to our profit and subtract it away from 1,200. So if you still have that in your calculator, just hit your minus sign and then minus 222. Yes, that's right, Atlee. That's right, Isabel. That's right, Addison. You getting it, Ethan? Yep, you got it. Okay. All right, so there's number 3. Once again, we put a $sign to that. Okay, don't forget to put a $sign with that. Moving on to number 4. Got 3 more problems to do here. Ethan, can you read a problem, please? Take your sound off and talk. Problem number 4, please.
Harvey Williams sold new insurance policies worth $5,120 in August. If he receives a 4.5% commission on new policies, how much did he earn in commissions in August?
Okay. So this one's a straightforward problem. Pretty simple. They gave us how much he sold in new insurance, and they give us how much commission he gets. So this is a simple one. We take the amount that he earned on new insurances, 5,120, and multiply it times whatever the decimal of 4.5% is. So what's the decimal for 4.5%? You can go back to mute if you want to, Ethan. The decimal for 4.5% is, you got to go one more decimal place, Ethan.
0.045.
Yes. So we go 0.045. Okay. Take your calculator and multiply that. And Atlee's already done that. Let's see if, let me follow you here. Hold on. Show me that again. Yes. Yes. Oh, Sam's getting on. Sam, you made it. I got your text and your email. Sorry that you could.
First.
Oh, okay. Sorry you couldn't get on earlier. We are on problem number 4. Yes, that's right, Isabel. That's right, Addison. Yep. Remember to add an extra 0, all 3 of you, because we are talking about dollars and cents. And so you have to have 2 places behind the decimal, right? For the cents part. So it wouldn't just be 0.4, it'd be 40 cents. Okay? So we're on problem number 4, page 302, Sam. And we just found out the answer to that problem is $230.40. So if you want to write that down real quick, Sam, so you have it. Problem number 4 on today's assignment.
What page was it?
302.
302. Okay.
Everybody got this? Sam, did you get it? $230.40. Write that down somewhere real quick. That's problem number 4. That's a reminder that you just texted me, Sam.
Got it.
Okay. We are moving on to problem number 5. These are in the B section, so they'll be a little bit trickier. Let's see. Number 5 says, Sole Mates shoes, or soulmates. Oh, I get it. My problem. I was trying to think that was a Hispanic name. Okay. Soulmate shoes has expenses of $9,592 per month. What must the store's total income be if it makes 12% profit? Okay, so this is one of those for the third formula. We know what the percent of profit is, and we know what the expenses are. So we got to try to figure out what the total income is. So first of all, let's think about this for a second. So the total income will be more okay. This one's a tricky one, and I'll explain why. Okay? Because they've given us how much the profit is, 12%, but the number of expenses is the rest. Think of it like this. All of the money together will make 100% of the total. Okay? What we want to know is what's the income or we want to know what that 12% of the total will equal 9,592. Okay? Bear with me. So 9,592 is not actually 12% out of the 100. It actually is, if you subtract 12 from 100, I get 88%. Okay? So this is kind of a back way of getting to it. That's why it makes this one a little bit harder. 88% of the total will be 9,592. They really don't give us a formula for this. They make us try to think in an abstract kind of way. So 88% of, you remember the word I talked about, of meaning times. And the number we don't know is the total amount. Okay? So here's how we find out what the total amount is. We say, okay, if 88% of the total amount is 9,592, if I divide 9,592 by 88, it will give me what the total income is, or the total income is. Okay? So we're going to take 9,592 and divide it by 88%, or as a decimal, 0.88. Sam, I told everybody we can use calculators on this. So if you have a calculator hand or your phone handy, yes, Ethan, or Atlee, yes. You take 9,592 and divide it by 0.88. The number should end up being larger than 9,592. If it's not, you didn't do something right. Yes, that's right, Addison. And that's your answer for number 5 as a dollar sign. This one's kind of a tricky little problem because you have to think, okay, that what did they give me? What did the problem tell me I had? Okay. Isabel, did you end up with an answer? Or did you see the answer? No? Okay. 9,592 divided by 0.88. That's correct, Ethan. There you go, Isabel.
I don't know if you can
Quite
see
a bit of glare there on yours, Sam. Read it.
10,900.
Correct. Okay, everybody got it. Good job. 10,900. And make sure you put a dollar sign with it. One more problem. Number 6. I'll read that one too. Okay, it says the top drawer furniture company made a profit of $4,360 in 1 month. What were its operating costs if the profit was 16% of the total income? Okay, let's take a look at our formulas back here. I'm thinking it's going to have to deal with that last one again. We're going to find out what the operating costs were. This is a 2-part problem. First, we're going to find out what the total income is. And then we're going to take that total income and subtract the profit to get the costs. Okay? So the first part is we take the profit. This is like one of those ones I showed you before. Okay, over total income equals what the percent is over here. And you guys can't see what I'm doing. All right, so the percent was 16%. Now remember, when we have this kind of one, we're going to take the 16% and slide it down underneath. So we're going to take 4,360 and divide it by the 16%, which we changed to a decimal. Okay, that will be the first step. All right, here, let me check it on my calculator there, Addison or Atlee. I still do it, even though you guys aren't here. Times 0.16. Gonna have to try that one again, Atlee. Something went wrong. Did I times it? Wait, you may be right. I got it wrong. Hold your answer. 4360 divided by 0.16. Yeah, you were right. If you got 27,250, okay, that's the first part of our problem. 27,250. That's what you get when you divide that. Second part of the problem, take the profit and subtract it from the total income. That'll give you how much the costs were. Minus 4360. Correct. That's right, Isabel. Yes, that's right, Atlee. Yes, that's right, Addison. So we're doing this problem, this part of the problem right here. Okay. All right, remember to put a $sign to that. Okay. Sam, I'm going to be sending this video out if you want to watch. It gives how to do the first 3 problems. Okay. And so you can get those copied down and then send it over to me. All right, guys? Questions? Because we're out of time. Isabel, you got a question?
Detasseling.
Oh, you're right.
I was gonna ask too.
Okay. Yes. I need to get in touch with Raider. Did I say I was going to do that for you and I forgot?
My dad actually got in touch with them. They said that they were gonna do another thing in May where we could go get our papers, but I haven't seen anything on the website.
Yes, I'm sure they can do signups pretty easy of getting the paperwork out. So I would keep looking at it. Isabel, if you look up Raider Detasseling on Facebook, you can find them and like them, and then they will have sign up dates on there for you. Okay.
I just looked on the website.
I didn't catch that. What was that, Addison?
I just looked on the Raider website. I thought that maybe I could find it there.
Yep, they probably would do it there too, but more than likely that they'll update their Facebook more than their website. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Oh crap.
Yes, Ethan. Isabel just gave you the last answer right there, Ethan. Okay, got it? Anything else? I will also send this out as a video for you guys, video link if you need to go after it. Okay? All right. Have a good day. See you. Sam, I'll see you on Friday. But the rest of you, I'll see you later, okay? Next week. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.